Hello, everybody, and welcome to elPablo FC once again. The calm is over. The last 90 minutes of La Liga football before El Clásico has been played, and the entire landscape has shifted. Real Madrid, went into Matchweek 9 needing a win to secure psychological advantage, and they got it. Barcelona went in needing a response to their injury crisis, and they got it, but only just. The gap is now razor thin. Real Madrid sits top with 24 points, having played through fire. FC Barcelona is a close second with 22 points, clinging by their fingernails. Matchweek 9 was defined by its late drama, its systemic vulnerabilities, and the cold hard realization that the best teams don't just win, but they win big. They win it ugly as well. This was the week of clutch moments, the late goal, and the defining save, and it was a dress rehearsal before the main event. So welcome to elPablo FC, where we do deep dives into, Premier League, Spanish Liga, and all the news that you can use all through your football, news search and conversations. So we're diving deep into Matchweek 9 and we're breaking things down as it stands. Real Madrid had a win, Barcelona had a win, so it's back to winning ways for both teams as it's primed for the return of the El Clásico in 7 days. Now, part one of this whole review is Real Madrid's scrappy ascendancy as they beat Getafe 1-0 away. Now, the biggest headline of the weekend is not the fact that Real Madrid won, but that how they won, and what it cost their opponents. Los Blancos secured a hard-fought 1-0 away victory against Getafe, confirming their position at the top of the table. The game was a masterclass in anti-football by Getafe for 75 minutes. Jose Bordallas set up a low block masterwork, suffocating the spaces that Real Madrid's creative player needed to breathe. And we saw 76% ball possession to 23 shots attempted as well. And yet the deadlock was persistent. Now, Kylian Mbappé, Rodrigo, Jude Bellingham were consistently running into a wall of 5 defenders and 2 aggressive central midfielders. Goalkeeper David Soria had a brilliant first half, denying Mbappé and Alaba. The frustration was also palpable, even visible on Mbappe's face. Real Madrid's only way through was individual quality, and ironically, it was Getafe's self-destruction that provided the necessary space. For Alan Yom, who was sent off moments after coming on for a reckless clash with Vinicius Jr., this changed the game's entire geometry. Within 3 minutes, the numerical advantage was leveraged. It wasn't a moment of Vini or Bellingham magic, but a tactical maturity of a young sub, Ada Güler. Güler received the ball, executed a neat turn to open up the angle, and slotted a perfect through ball to Kylian Mbappé. And Mbappé, from the tight angle, fired it home off the post in the 80th minute. That goal is his 10th of the season, confirmed him as the league's top scorer, and sent Madrid to the top. The first act of Getafe's misery was the second red card to Alex Sanchez, who foolishly tripped Vinicius. The Real Madrid takeaway basically was that this win is not a statement of domination. It's not a statement of domination, but a statement of resolve. Xabi Alonso's side basically proved that they can grind out results against the most defensively disciplined sides, relying on clutch brilliance of Mbappé. The downside, well, they struggled to create fluidity for 80 minutes. The upside, they won, and they are top, and they have the momentum. So if we're going to talk about that, it was a very interesting game to watch, and Real Madrid fought really hard to achieve what they achieved. The part two of this whole analysis is with Barcelona, and Barcelona had an injury time resilience to beat Girona 2-1. Whilst Real Madrid rallied on the implosion, whilst Real Madrid relied on the implosion of Getafe, Barcelona required an act of pure desperate heroism to take 3 points against a struggling Girona side. Girona just coming off a win from their last game. The match at the Olympique Louis Company Stadium was a tense Catalan derby that saw Barcelona win 2-1 thanks to a 92nd minute winner from defender Ronald Araújo. Now, Hansi Flick's pre-Clásico problems are beginning to mount. Key players like Robert Lewandowski, Dani Olmo, Rafinha, and the crucial Gavi are all missing. And this forces Flick to be a master of rotation and risk mitigation. This vulnerability showed immediately. Barcelona took the lead early through a brilliant effort from Pedri, who is fast becoming the team's vital creative heartbeat in the absence of others. But Girona, despite being winless in the relegation zone, coming off the back of a win in the last game, quickly hit back, where former Atletico Madrid defender Axel Witsel, playing higher up the pitch. I mean, like Axel Witsel, someone I watched over the years, played as a defensive midfielder, Belgium international. He equalized in the 20th minute. Now, the rest of the game was pure Catalan chaos. Barcelona generated chances. Marcus Rashford on loan hit the post from a free kick, very super free kick, I mean, and was continuously denied by heroic Paulo Casaniga in the Girona goal. Girona also missed clear chances, notably from Porto, and a second opportunity for Witsel. Also, as the clock was ticking past 90 minutes, frustration turned to fear. A draw would have seen Barcelona lose pace with Real Madrid, potentially costing them dearly ahead of the biggest match of the season. The moment came from an unexpected source, Ronald Araújo, the centre-back playing effectively as a makeshift forward in the desperate final moments, found the space in the box, reacted to a Frankie de Jong assist and tucked the ball away for the winner, ensuring the ensuing yellow card for excessive celebration was a badge of honor for the defender. The Barcelona takeaway from this is that this win was powered by grit and not flow. It confirmed the squad's mental fortitude under pressure, particularly the depth provided by players like Araujo stepping into an offensive role for Barcelona. However, the resilience on a late goal against a struggling team combined with the severe injury list highlights the immense challenge awaiting them at the Bernabeu. And then the part 3 of this is the rest of the race, basically Atletico Madrid, Villarreal, and Sevilla and Sevilla's collapse. So Matchweek 9 wasn't just about the top two. It reshuffled the entire European race and deepened the critical crisis in Seville. With Atletico Madrid, they were looking like the quiet contender. Diego Simeone's side secured a typical efficient 1-0 victory over Osasuna. And the result also confirms Atleti's excellent run of form that they found this last couple of days or weeks. Then perfectly in the top 4 with 16 points. That is where it finds them. They are not flashy, but they are consistently getting the job done, relying on their defensive skill and predatory instincts of their forwards. While they are still finding their best rhythm, they remain a lurking threat ready to capitalize on a slip up by any of the top 2. And then the European scramble here is between Real Betis and Villarreal, where they played 2-2. This was the highest scoring drama of the weekend, with back and forth encounter between two sides with serious European ambitions. Ending 2-2, the result was fair. Villarreal boosted by the return of Ayoze Perez from injury, showed their defensive firepower, but neither side demonstrated the defensive solidity required to lock a Champions League spot. Now, the draw keeps them tightly grouped in the fight for the 3rd and 4th spot, setting up an intriguing battle in the weeks to come. Then, if we look at the crisis point for Seville, after successfully defeating Barcelona last week in a very huge scoreline that embarrassed Barcelona, they fell to a stunning defeat, perhaps the shocking result of the week, with RCD Mallorca or Real Mallorca beating Sevilla 3-1 and basically at the Ramon Sanchez Pizjuan. Sevilla's inconsistent start has now spiraled into a genuine crisis, losing at home to Mallorca. To a Mallorca side that started the weekend at the bottom three is a massive blow to the morale and potentially the manager's future. For Mallorca, it was a crucial 3 points that pulled them out of the immediate drop zone and injects them with much needed confidence. Sevilla, meanwhile, is facing serious questions about their defensive structure and their ability to compete for European places. Now, if we're going to look at the Matchweek 10, you're looking at, El Clásico showdown as the stage is set and the X factor and all of those things. And we're going to look at it in another video where we'll analyze the El Clásico showdown and all of that. Now, the Matchweek 10 and the best of the rest, what we're looking at for is, while, the world watches at the Bernabeu for the El Clásico, the fight for Europe and survival continues. Atletico Madrid will face Valencia and Villarreal will face Athletic Club. Girona will face Sevilla. So, like I said, Matchweek 9, set the table with late goals and fantastic drama twist, with El Clásico not just being the game of pride, but a genuine title decider for the phase of the season that we're in. Now, the pressure is highest on Barcelona, who must overcome fatigue, injuries, and hostile Bernabeu to succeed. Now, the next few days will be defined by the build-up, the sound bites, the final injury reports. So prepare yourself for defining 90 minutes of the season so far, and one of the most competitive 90 minutes that you're ever going to watch. What do you think? Will Mbappé settle the score at Madrid? Will Araújo be the hero for Barcelona once more? Drop your predictions of their Clásico in the comment section. As we build up to that, we'll do a special preview for that Matchweek 10, and with their Clásico being the high point of that. Drop your comments in the comment below, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button for the immediate analysis after the final whistle. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for liking, sharing, and subscribing. If you haven't already, please do like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't have to miss anything as it relates to football when it comes to Premier League, Spanish La Liga, and the Champions League. So, any other breaking news we'll share with you as well. So let me know your thoughts and feelings in the comment section. I'll see you on the next one. Take care, goodbye, and God bless.